funny. The judgment that people pass. No one, zero. So Father's Day was this past weekend. And I took Jimmy to a safari. Yes, they have safaris in Georgia. Who knew? On Saturday. So Bart had from, not that I was counting hours, but from 10 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. all to himself. As we traversed to Madison and then came back. And then Sunday, a couple days earlier, Jimmy and I had visited our local Ace Hardware and perused the aisles and settled on getting my husband, Jimmy's dad, a brand new bird feeder. Because the bird feeder that we have in the backyard, which Bart keeps up with and keeps it filled with bird seed, the squirrels have been getting at it.
Mm-hmm. Squirrels.
I know it. And it's one of those things where you step outside, you grab the closest pine cone and you chuck it at the bird feeder to get the squirrels off. They have really they're like ninja squirrels, like how they able to like jump from the tree or like shimmy their way up there. It's quite comical. So Jimmy and I picked him out a new bird feeder. Jimmy picked him out the bird seed that has the red bird on it because he loves the red birds. And we gave that to him with 3 cards. Bart gets a card from Jimmy, Bart gets a card from the dogs, and Bart gets a card from me. All right. And that's how we kicked off Father's Day morning. So I filmed Jimmy in his cute little dinosaur PJs running into the front bedroom and grabbing the cards and bringing them out to Dada. And he was very excited about his card because according to him, it was a puppet card. So it was a card when you opened it, things popped out of it. And it was all like tools and stuff like that because, Dada builds stuff. And that's the one he picked out. I let him pick everything out. And then he goes and he grabs the bird feeder and he brings out. He goes, he grabs the bird seed and he brings out. And it's just like, Jimmy is just peak Jimmy. Good time Jimmy, man. He's all the feel good. He's very excited. I love that he loves to give gifts, right? This is great. I feel like I'm doing something right. So I piecemealed the video together and I posted on Instagram, as one does. Like, did you even wish him a happy Father's Day if you didn't post it on Instagram?
Didn't happen if it's not on social.
Thank you. Now, I just want to preface, the post before that, I found some of the cutest photos of Bart and Jimmy, them at the beach, them at the park, like a nice little collage, short but sweet message, right? Because if the message is too long, there's something wrong in the neighborhood.
Overcompensating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If it's too short, there's also, so you have to find just the right amount of caption. So I did that.
Life is hard.
It really is. So I did that. Then I posted the video that I did of Jimmy because, my kid's freaking cute. I got to use him for the likes. So I posted that. And then after that, I also gave my man props because how did my husband spend Father's Day? Finishing up the sandbox that he was building from scratch for his son. It was a lovely day. Then the comments start rolling in. God. And I was like, yes.
This is on your Instagram?
On my Instagram.
Okay.
And I'm like, of course, it's cute. So I'm liking the comments. I'm like, yes, he is adorable. Yes, I agree. Yes. And then people started coming down on Bart because he wasn't excited enough to receive his gifts. He was a little too mellow for them and felt like he was disrespectful to Jimmy by not being more excited to receive his gifts.
Yes.
These people don't know Bart.
Well, 1, they don't know Bart. And 2, I want to take this as a teachable moment. My husband has a bum knee right now. So the way he was leaned back on the couch and he had his leg propped up, right? Because he's been doing a lot of work on the condo and his knee's all jacked up. So he was lounging back so he didn't jump up or whatever. And then on top of that, we got some personal stuff going on. One of our dogs were trying to help cross the Rainbow Bridge, and there's been a lot going on there. And Bart's the primary caregiver of the dogs, and he's been dealing with especially a lot of messes in the house. And his Father's Day started with a mess in the house. So, nobody sees any of that, and I'll take the onus. You see what I post, right? Mm-hmm. And so you're going to judge what I post. But let me tell you, every single one of you that said crap about my husband, I hope you enjoy the fact that you've been blocked because you no longer have access to any of my stuff. Mm-hmm. You do something like that, you no longer have access to my life, to my kid, to my husband, none of that. I will take responsibility for what I post, and you have to take responsibility for what you comment. This is not a one-way street. It is a two-way street.
Yeah.
You've been blocked.
Welcome to the block party.
There were just a couple of people that were just saying like, oh, how about a little excitement for your son?
Yeah, well, yeah, and some like a little ruder than that. And I was just like literally coming down on Bart because they didn't feel like he was his reaction was strong enough for Jimmy. And when I tell you, like, you watch Jimmy give the gift, you can tell that kid is loved. You know what I mean? Like. My husband is a phenomenal stay-at-home dad, and he's got like his side hustle with this property that he's working on. But if you had just taken the time to look at everything in the whole, you would have known that like those comments were unnecessary, like absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah, I think I have an old school mentality when it comes to social media too, man. And I've said this before on the show, is I feel like, would you come into my home and would you say the things in my social media is also my home, right? So if you're going to insult me on my own platform, my own home, then you don't get access to me because it's disrespectful.
I wish everybody had like 20 free complaints in life, and then you had to start to pay for complaining after that.
Oh, I like
So
that.
you just think if it's worth it before you do it.
20 is a little high.
All right, let's go 10.
Okay, I'll meet you at 10. I'll meet you at 10.
The Bert Show.